Okay, hi there everyone. Let me just quickly adjust the music slightly. Hopefully that won't be overwhelming you with the music in the background, but hi, it's Wednesday. It's so good to see everyone in the chat too. I love having the early birds and just getting that little bit of extra conversation going. For those of you on the Twitch side of things, if you're over at YouTube, because YouTube lets you have the chat up ahead of time, we kind of have like a fun little chit chat a little bit before the stream actually kicks into gear. But anyways, it's Wednesday. Welcome to Mini Mayhem. I am Mus'e, your host for today. I'm excited for this one. I'm always excited for WarLock tiles because we get to tap into one of my near and dear things, and that is terrain building. So today the focus is we're going to be looking at the sets that are either just out, like they literally just came out like a couple weeks ago, or will be coming out soon. So we're going to be looking at Town Square, the curve sets for dungeon tiles and town and village, and then 2 accessory sets, merchants and town watch. So I'm looking forward to this. I have a couple of room layouts for you to give you a good sense as to how these all work individually as well as together and all that goodness. And it's one of those things where if you are interested, please be sure that you reach out to your FLGS, your friendly local game store, and see if they have these on hand for either pre-order or purchase, because we were kind of across the board here in terms of what is available and what's about to come out. But always reach out to them first. Remember, during these times, they're doing everything they can to make it safe and comfortable for everyone to, go shopping and purchase from them. Some of them do things like they'll have appointment times, so you can come in during a certain time to the store to do your shopping. Others will do curbside pickups. Some even do shipping to home, of course, for an extra charge. And also keep in mind that if you are not sure if there is a local game store near you, all you need to do is go to WizKids.io/local store. Plug in all your information, and you can even pick how many miles you're willing to travel, and you'll get a list of stores that carry WizKids products, and you can work yourself from there to see if there's someone you could reach out to on that list. If that is not an option, then you can always go online to shop.wizkids.com and place your orders, pre-orders today. That covers all the where to get this, where to shop. The other thing to keep in mind is that since we are broadcasting both to YouTube and to Twitch, you want to make sure you're looking over here. See this lovely little chat window right there? That actually gives you access to all the comments that are coming through from both sides of the chats. It's actually what I use to keep track of what is going on with everyone too. And I'm excited to see what everyone thinks of these products today, because they really are. I was playing with my sets yesterday afternoon, basically on the floor, not even kidding. I had like tiles strewn everywhere and just putting things together and coming up with ideas. So I think everyone's going to get a kick out of this one. And also remember, if you have a question specifically that you would like to have answered in relation to WarLock tiles, all you need to do is make sure you type in caps the word question and then have the question follow after. It makes it a lot easier for me to quick read and catch that question as it is going through the chat. And let me say hello and good morning and good evening, basically happy time zone to everyone who is hanging out with us already. I'm seeing some familiar names. I'm seeing some new names. It's all fantastic and wonderful. I am eager to have you join us. This is going to be a longer stream just by the nature of the fact that it is a build stream. So I will be showing you a build concept that I came up of my own, noggin type of thing. And hopefully you'll be able to sort of recreate this look if you would like as well after the fact. I got to the questions, told your local game store, told you shop.wizkids.com. What else do we have going on around here? Oh, don't forget, if you're new, I gotta do the whole YouTuber thing. If you're new, don't forget to either follow or subscribe depending on where you're watching. It always helps us to get those viewers jumping in, and if you want to know when we're going live with things like Mini Mayhem or Much Ado About Gaming, hit that notification bell over on YouTube, and also be sure to follow us on our socials. All the details will be available to you on the YouTube channel description, and then I go in after the fact with Twitch and I put those in as well. And I think I covered everything for the, preamble. And also, if you need audio shifted or adjusted, music's not loud enough, music is too loud, do let me know. I think the microphone's looking like we're okay. I do tend to get a little loud every so often. My apologies. I get excited. I'm keeping an eye on my levels for the microphone too. But yeah, it's basically a WarLock Tiles day. So what we are looking at all specifically will work with WarLock Tiles 1. Okay, so those are the 1-inch tall walls. So The WarLock tiles 3 sets, angles and curves, they all are made to work with WarLock tiles 1. And the town square set, that is actually made to work with all of them, okay, regardless of wall height. It's definitely going to be a very cityscape friendly approach today that you're going to be seeing, which I think is fantastic, because I don't know about you, but I'm seeing more and more campaigns that are taking place in cities. I think some of it's a little bit of that Waterdeep influence coming into play. But yeah, so I personally am excited to show you how all this can get put together. I have half of a sample established already, which I'm sure you're seeing right here on the table. But I basically want to walk you through the products themselves, how they work with each other, and we're going to take it from there basically. So let me switch over to, let's take a look at the list first. So we're going to look at the images. So when it comes to the Dungeon Tiles 3, again, this is for curves. This is what you will find in your set. You get 2" by 2" stone wood outside curved tiles, 20 of those. The count, you'll notice, will shift a little bit depending on set. You'll also get inside curved tiles. You get exterior outside curved half walls. This will all make sense when I show you the set, but this just breaks it down for you. You get the inside curved half walls, the interior curved half walls, outside curved edge caps, stone inside curved edge caps. So a lot of these terms are familiar to you, especially if you have these sets already. But I want to make sure you saw everything that's going into what you are getting with these sets. So we have that one. Let's hide that one, and now we're going to pop up. And this is the curves version. Like I said, you can see some of the counts are slightly different, just to keep in mind. So again, you're getting at those outside curved tiles, the inside curved tiles for the stone and wood, and then you get your walls, inside curved, outside curved, the interior walls as well, curved, and you get your curved half window walls. And again, I'll be showing you these pieces as we go through it. I just want to make sure you see the list ahead of time. Then you have your edge caps, outside curved edge caps, inside curved edge caps, all that loveliness. Hello, hello, hello. Oh, I'm seeing all these wonderful people jumping into the chat. Fantastic to see you. Thank you so much for joining today. But does it come with fries? Now I'm hungry. Thank you, what you're looking at. I actually am hungry. So that is Town and Village set, what you can expect from that particular set. So we're gonna hide that one. Now let's go to Town Square. Town Square, the Town Square is completely tile based. You're gonna see that too. But here is the full list of everything you can get from that. You do get some fun accessories with this tile set though, which I think is a lot of fun. Because remember, in a lot of the, in the 2" high walls, you're seeing wall accessories. Well, now you're getting just general scatter accessories to go along with these tiles. Question, any plans for curved walls with doors? You know, I'm having a meeting about things later, and I could probably find that out for you. Keep in mind that that is something I want to quickly mention. If you ask me a question about a product, there are some times where I cannot answer that question in full for you for reasons. Whether something is still in development, whether they're still working on things. It's better for me to say, we have really cool things coming down the pipeline that I think people are going to enjoy, different terrain, different looks, which are fantastic and wonderful, but I can't speak particularly to each and exact set to expect, just in case something needs to change. All right, so that's why I'm not trying to be coy. I'm not trying to be ooh tee. It's very much the I'll let you know when I know I can let you know. Like I can let you know that there are going to be 1" wide tile related pieces coming out soon. And we'll actually get into why that's going to be helpful because of this build that I created today. But I'm also going to show you how to cheat around it for some things. So anyways, back to Town Square. So the Town Square is mostly tile based, except for some accessories, like I mentioned. So you have 2 types of cobblestone type tiles. You also have some feature tiles that help create a different road appearance, road sidewalk appearance is really the best way to describe it. So again, you're going to see that all in action. And again, there is your whole list for you right there. This is literally what comes off the back of the box. So just for the sake of time, because this is going to be a longer stream, I'm not going to read through everything because you're going to get a chance to see everything. So then that is Town Square. Now for the accessory sets, hold on, let's hide. For the accessory sets with the Town Watch, these are fantastic, especially if you're looking for miniatures and scatter to go along thematically with the type of environment that you're looking to build. You have 2 blacksmiths, male and female. You have a forge coal piece, an anvil, hammer, suit of armor, stump, bellow, hammers, tongs, chain, actor, actress, male thief, female sheriff, male bailiff, male pirate, female pirate. Ding. That's that whole set. But again, I'm going to make sure you get to see all of these too, but I thought it'd be fun for you to see the list first. And finally, last but not least, we have the merchant set. So again, it's male merchant, female merchant, diplomat, friar, fisherwoman, female tanner, bandit with crossbow, bandit with dagger, executioner, assistant, market stall, canopy, market stall shelf, tanning rack, scraping board, hollowed out log lid, interior treasure pile, and trough. And again, you'll see all these together, but want to make sure you get to see this too. That's totally okay, Armatines. Like I said, I can't speak specifically to things until I get the all clear to speak to them, but they're, again, very cool options, very cool different types of terrain are coming down the pipeline. As to what exactly? We shall see. Let's see here. And the gamers room, I can't take suggestions. I appreciate it, but legally, I can't talk about it. Alrighty. The 1-inch tiles are going to be coming soon, Mike Baker. Off the top of my head, we're getting into this squidgy factor with delays and shipments. It's just something that is happening again. World at large. And you're going to notice this with release dates too. We're shifting into months as opposed to specific days, because sometimes even just weeks ahead of time of a specific release date, it's one of those things where we find out there is a shipment that is still waiting on the dock because there's not enough manpower to unload everything, or it's just congested and things like that. So we do ask that everyone please be patient, understand that shipping is beyond our control, and oftentimes that is leading to some unexpected delays. And we are doing the very best we can to make sure we get the product to you in a timely and intact fashion, I guess is the best way to describe it. Let me see here. I'm just quickly catching up with the chat. Why do all these WarLock tile sets match so well with all of the adult dragon minis, and why do I want to create my own Chroma Conclave now? Because it's good like that. Villiers, I hope you enjoy that. Oh yeah, trust me, I've been putting things together and I've been having fun, and they're just there's so many fun things that are coming and I can't wait. You guys are doing fine. You can barely keep up. Okay, well, that's great. So I think therefore I think that covers the nitty gritty of it all. So let us go to, all right, here we go. So what I have done, and let me explain what's going on here. What I've done, I have tapped into my Dungeon Tiles 1 set. Okay, that's the 1-inch high walls. And I have also combined it with the Dungeon Tile curves as well as the town square. Okay, so you can see just by looking at this, it's already changed the look of the tiles layouts that you've seen me do in the past. We've gone from having just a classic cobblestone or the, hold on, let's be smart about this. You see the tiles are going from the classic cobblestone on the one side, like so, and the wood option on the back, to you have this setup with, this is where I said there are 2 types of cobblestone that go with the town square, to this paler taupe cobblestone to the darker charcoal gray cobblestone, as well as these neat little option accents of curvatures and little medallions that you can create and things along those lines. Let's see here. It's just, I thought it was a question that you had there, Diane Cody. But basically you can see already we have some coolness happening through all this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to basically walk you through how I put this all together. Now keep in mind, all of the sets are now coming with, I have them in a baggie because I've taken these out so many times. All of these are coming with the easy clips now. Those are the clips that go together faster and are one of those things that work more easily, but remember there is a flex factor to it. So the bigger you make your layout, I always highly recommend that you use something like double corrugated cardboard underneath your layout so that you can move it back and forth more easily. Question, is there any chance down the road we might see WizKids WarLock bundles with matching sets for ease of purchase? It's a very good question, Hexter. I cannot answer you exactly, but it is something that has come up often and we're hearing from the consumers and we are putting it into consideration. Hopefully that answers the question for you as best I can answer it. So yes, they all come with easy WarLocks, no, easy clips. They all come with easy clips to make assembly faster for you. So let us, And I also have the other half of this because this is the one side of, it's basically like a courtyard that I've created. So this is the one side of the courtyard, and what I'm going to do is put together the other side of the courtyard, which will also help me sort of show off the pieces to you as we go along. So what I'm going to do first is take out all of my dungeon tiles, just your classic tiles, all right, or what I'm putting to the side here, because I don't need those right away, but I do want to talk to the other things we have going on, and I will need to open up my case. Okay, yeah, so let's first talk about the town square. I need to open my town square case, and they all come in the classic carrying case. I've just taken, yes, I know. I muted myself. Thank you. Sounds back. Sounds back. Okay, so reverse. So you get two types of tiles in the town square. There is sound. So you have in this particular set, who can read lips? Start typing. So you have the two different tiles in the town square. One is this darker charcoal gray. The other one is a more classic flagstone color, like a taupe tone. And you'll get two of these styles, okay? Now, keep in mind, this is something different. Let me move things a little bit. This is something different about the town square tiles. Whereas the original have gray cobblestone and wood on either side, that's not going to be the case with these tiles, all right? So it is just a simple black backing on the back of these tiles. Yes, the mic cut off and we're much better now, hopefully. Can you hear me still? So that is something to keep in mind, and I'm going to show you why. I said something about Cthulhu. Shh. We don't speak of this. No. That's just it. I answered all of your questions when I was muted. That's my way of getting it out. So, so let me show you why we have just the. My right is my left. My left is my right. Let me show you why we have this going on here, because it's when we get to these specialty tiles that, and I'm speaking from my experiences building terrain. Because if these were double-sided for all these style tiles, you're gonna find there's a wobbly aspect going on here. So with the tiles, you also start getting, for the town square, these specialty tile pieces, and you're gonna see how they all start working together. And it's this combination of the darker cobblestone with this lighter one, okay? And this one you can see it's pretty much primed to make a curve or maybe even a center medallion type of situation. But you'll notice, let's see if I can get the profile shot. You can see profiled here that there is actually a lip from the curb accent going on here. If you were to make these double-sided, you're going to start running into wobbling issues on your tiles and making a very unsteady platform for your layout, which is not conducive when you start putting things like miniatures on top. You'll have things start toppling over and everything like that, where it's not going to work out as well. So that is why with this particular set, you're going to see plain side on one side, specialty tiles on the top. All right, and you get a whole variety of these. Question, is there a rough release date for curved and diagonal walls expansions for full height walls? There is not one that I can formally share with you yet. Another question, any chance we might see a WarLock tiles dedicated to certain climates in the future? Again, Filarius, that's one of those questions where we have really cool terrain coming out in the future that we're planning on. I can't speak to it specifically. I can't answer that question specifically. Okay, so that is just something I wanted to bring to your attention with the town square tiles themselves. So you saw this one. This is one where it's like that nice little corner in there. And here we have another curvature, which you can see is actually based more for creating one of these angle swoops right here. Is there a grid on the town square tiles? There is a grid, yes. It is a subtle grid, just like it is on the other tiles, but yes, you do see that you have your grid aspect right there, 1-inch grid, still continues through. We've already taken a look at one of those. Oh, here we go. This one is sort of a split down the middle, so you have sort of like your sidewalk effect with curb, and then your cobblestone street right there. So that's another one. No problem at all. I'm happy to answer questions. Again, if I miss your question for some reason, it may just be that it zipped up too fast. Simple as that. Other ones, this one is a greater curve, more of the street than of the flagstone. And we already showed the classic flagstone. So let me start putting these over here. You can go hide over there. And the nice thing about these is obviously, I mean, you can turn them in either direction. So they meet and you start creating a street with curb. Thanks so much, Henry. How many 2x2 tiles come in a set? I can't tell if you've made. This is a whole calculus I just went through in the beginning. So if you want to go back to the VOD and check out the full count set, I have made sure to show each list to begin with. I have mixed sets. I have mixed together in this particular layout. We're looking at the town square, dungeon tiles 1, as well as dungeon tiles curved. Okay, so that is what's going into this particular build here. And let me just keep going. So again, we have more of these curved pieces. And I will be putting these things together in just a minute. I'm just pulling out, because I've used so many of these for this build. We go over there. And I always pull and lay out what I am using ahead of time. It makes it so much easier when it goes to build. So I will plot it out first the day before. I actually take a picture. Yes, Calcia. So if you go back and watch the VOD, you'll be able to pause and read through all of those lists, no problem at all. So I find doing the layout first and even taking a picture helps, especially if it's one of those things where you need to build this on the fly. You'll then be able to look back to your picture, and even if you have all your tiles sort of placed together, if it's something where you have to like switch and grab from other pieces, it just makes it a lot easier. Winterson, no, I cannot tell you every single last thing that's coming out with the quarters. Question, will a full sidewalk tile clip into a dungeon tile upside? What do you mean by upside down? Thinking, you could if you're using the full stone. Yes, let me show you. I see what you're saying. I just followed what you're saying right there. With these, yes, you would be able to. Let me just quickly show. Because these aren't, they don't have profiles of the, they don't have profiles of the curbs popping up. You could take a back to that and click them together, but just keep in mind there is some information right there on the bottom. So it's not a fully blacked out, you can see right there, it's not a fully blacked out bottom of the square, but you can do what you're talking about. Yes. Caught you on that one. All right, so let me see other pieces that I wanted to show you in terms of the specialty pieces. I've shown you a lot of those. Where's that little, here we go. And you'll also notice with the specialty style ones, there are these that have just this little notch taken out. You're gonna see that come into play too, and why they are necessary in this set. And a lot of this is a little bit more self-explanatory as I start building, and you get to see it in action. But here's the fun part. You get accessories. So here you have this fun little medallion. You also get 3 of those. You have these square accents, just to make it a little bit more decorative and interesting. Okay, there's even this pattern in here. You can see this diamond pattern that comes into gear, and it does fit over an entire square like that, but you can always use it to layer in between to give things a prettier look. You can even put it on a diagonal and really amp up the look of things. So you have these lovely decorative medallions, and they're nice and thin is the other thing that I like about these. They are thin in profile, so it's not like your minis are going to be playing teeter-totter a lot. Hello, Matt King Henry. Keep out of my hair. Oh, I thank you. So those are the medallions, and then along with that, you do get... Hold on, I need to... Where did... I have a rogue piece of tape I forgot to... There we go. You do get 3 of these fun city lantern posts, okay? So you see that, and then there's a lantern that comes, and it just... I can't do that under the camera just because, you know, eyesight. And it comes with these little lanterns that dangle behind it. Just a fun little look here. All right, and those are something you can just easily place along the street. Again, adding to that city environment. So those accessories are there. And then, oh, here we go. Then you also have these really cool grates. There are a couple of great options. Not G-R-E-A-T. I mean, they're great options. Don't get me wrong. They are fantastic options. I mean, G-R-A-T-E options. They dangle and they move. So if you want to have something where it's like this cool mechanism where maybe a thief was running away and jumped down into the city sewers, you actually have these different grates to set that up. So what I'm holding in my hand right now is what you can put on a tile to act as the opening, to represent the opening, but then you will also get the actual lid, so you can totally turn that into like a check during the game, like strength check, agility, whatever you wanted to do. But yeah, you have those, and you get 3 of those, so you can scatter those around your layout. Honestly, it's the accessories with the town square that I very much appreciate, because it kind of antes up the look of everything. Is there a best way to keep those accessories on the map from moving? Double-sided tape, putty, etc. You probably could get away with using just, I would honestly use, I'd worry about, because sometimes double-sided tape I have seen pull paint off of miniatures, speaking from experience. Thank you, Gamers Room. I was just about to say blue tack is usually your best way to go. Blue tack is usually very forgiving, and it's one of those things, if it gets stuck, you just have to tick it up, and it'll pull it up for you. That tends to be clowns in the grate. Let's not go to clowns in the grates. That tends to be the direction I will go for trying to secure things temporarily, is using blue tack. I think there's even, don't quote me on it, but last I remember seeing there were like white colored tack options now. So it's just plain white, you don't have to worry about dyes. Oh, 3 won't be enough. Okay, here is the other. Again, you get 3 of these, and it lifts and it closes, which is just ever so much fun. I'm actually going to put these up here because I did want to use them in the final layout. And then finally, in the great options, I think it's funny to be able to say great options. Again, here's a tile. You have sort of the classic round sewer grate with its lid too. So that's with lid on and that's with lid off. And you can see it creates this lovely dark, you know, jumping into who knows what. But yeah, it makes it so much more interactive, and it gives you modular options, which I very much appreciate, because I like it when I can move things around and change the look of something and know it's not attached to one singular tile, and then you're limited to where you can put it or how often you can use it and everything like that. So those are all the accessories that came in the town square. I'm going to move this up here. In terms of assembling this, as you can see, I have this already going, this layout in the background, so I'm going to put that together too. But let me show you quickly the actual pieces getting put together. Jumping into the sewer, of course, or you never know. You never, does it come with a Pennywise mini? No. No, it doesn't, but you know, I hear tell that there might be some HeroClix miniatures that maybe they could look nice and clown-esque if you wanted. Although there is a miniature in the merchant set that might be, or is it the merchant set or is it the town watch? The town watch set that might fit the bill in character type of thing. All right, so as you can see, I have everything already clipped together on the one. And here I am picking it up very carefully. But just by combining these different sets together, you get a really unique and new look to your tile layout, which I appreciate. And quite frankly, as one who has traveled to various castles and whatnot, I like the fact that you have this blending of stone, because that's something you see. You know, as castles have additions put onto them, or they're sort of like redone through history, it's great seeing the different stones being incorporated and working with each other. Let me see here. Would love to see them come out with the accessories by themselves. That's an interesting idea. Accessories are always fun. You honestly, with scatter, you can't have enough accessories. That's just my humble opinion. So what I do when it comes time is I will take a layout and I will start plotting it out. So basically what I'm going through now is just putting all these pieces together. And right now you can see that I am simply using the right down the middle street sidewalk and putting it into place. So I need 4 of those in position like so. Now I want to start creating this curvature you see happening here. So what I'm going to do is I am going to snag this particular piece, because you can see this curvature is happening here. Oh, I forgot to mention, this is a mood ring. If you see the color changing, it's not your monitor, it's not you, it's me. My mood's changing. No, I'm kidding. So pop that into place, and now I have this starting to curve outward. We're going to keep going with that, and here's where we bump into this piece. All right, so now we're gonna do the medallion piece and have that match up on the other side. Same thing, take the second one and bump that into place. And now I need the curvature happening up top here. So I take one of the ones that has more of the sidewalk than of the street and popping that into place. And as you can see, it starts taking shape. And now this is where I know I need to start putting in just my classic tiles. So when I go to assemble these and put these together. Okay, so we have that going in there. Now it's time to keep pushing forward and up. I know this is my little entryway here, so now I'm going to tap in and just take one of my classic straight up flagstone style full tile. Now here is where this specialty piece comes into play, okay? The one that has this tiny little notch right here. And this is going into the curvature aspect. If I were to take where I need, hold on just a moment. Of course I closed the box. Is that the right one? Get over here. Here we go. So if I were to take just another straight up flagstone style tile, that wasn't intentional, and put this into place, you see that you get this, let me take these out together. You get this issue where they don't match up nicely, okay? You lose your curvature because of that. So what you want is this piece, because then when it goes to match up, you see that curvature continues through. So that's why you have, and you do have to look for them. I will admit that, like I said, I had all these scattered around on the floor around me. I was like a kid at Christmas yesterday. You do need to make sure you are keeping an eye out for these, because this little tip will oftentimes get a little bit lost if you're quick to grab things, and you can see it's very easy to mix it up with the full. But this is why you need that little notched out ones. Okay, hold on. Let me put it back together. There we go. So that lives there. And then I'm going to continue around with my specialties. Like so. And then, hold on. Did I? Oh, I did this to myself. I took back my other. I put the one I needed away. Again, I'm going to need another one of those little notched pieces like that. And you can see that's how I've gotten this cul-de-sac setup going for the street in this particular case. You can play around with this and make a whole bunch of different, you can make T's, you can, you know, do like not half moons, you can do like half circles and then shoot it out type of thing. Question, if your tiles from town and dungeon sets are coming apart, what do you mean they're coming apart, Gomez? Can you explain that a little bit more for me, Gomez, so I can try and help you out with that situation? Okay, so then it's continuing through, setting this up. Actually, that one doesn't belong there. Putting that one there. And now we have, you're gonna live there. This is honestly how I get my terrain setups going. Right? Yes. Full run, stops. Actually, you stop there, you do stop there. And then I'm going to have, wait a minute, onesie twosie over here. So this is where we're going to start jumping into, you two are not needed, the curves and what goes on with them. So you're going to see, you get these fantastic outside curve pieces for the walls. And here you have where the easy clip locks into place. You're also going to be getting tiles, classic style with cobble on one stone, wood on the other, and again, locks into the center here. You also can have it so they can lock in with other tiles, and it clips into place like so. Get that lovely locking sound. And now what I'm going to do is place this to go over here. I love it when they just click right together like that. So that is what happens when you start combining these together. So you can get these great little half moon shapes going for the exterior curvatures. And again, you get a whole bunch of these that come with it, these little half moon things. So you could even make, if you wanted to, a full-on circle form if you wanted with these. But along with those, this is where I want to jump over to the curves. Along with those pieces, you get the interior curves. So they go in a little bit of a different direction. So here's one, and here's the other. And you can see, by putting them together, you can start making S-curves and things like that. Or you can have it so it's, you know, got a little bit more of a sharp turn to it. Honestly, my biggest recommendation for you is when you get these, play around with them. Just start playing around with them and get a different feel for it. Let me show you how these work. So you have these, they're actually a little bit smaller too. They're just like the interior corners. Like that, okay? So with these, you get, I dropped one. You'll get these tile pieces, okay? And what happens here is, again, there is that centerpiece, and you'll notice there is that piece right there, which means now you have it so it looks like this, and it will pop right into place like so. Actually, could I do that? Should I do that? Oh, heck. Let's, yeah, let's have some fun. I'm gonna put one of those there on the other side too, because why not? I just need to make sure I put this into place. So I'm gonna do that. That's looking like a lot of fun to me. So I'm gonna put that over here. This is the other thing about terrain building. You can change your mind. I think that'll be fun. That way we can see the one curved piece put to use. You just quickly pop this out. Bear with me, please. Click it into place and then go back. Now these will not, because they don't have the locking mechanism. So what's going to happen is this is just going to sit in place here. So you will need to move it in and out, is the only little caveat to this particular design I will mention. And let me see here. I am just going to make sure, is that going to work? I may have cheated myself out of some space. Yeah, we'll see. Oh, no, I think what I can do now is, hold on, fixing on the fly. So because I've just added in that curved piece, what I'm going to do is take a straight up wall from Dungeon Tiles, lock that into place, and now, I still want to give that an end capped. Now I can pop the door into place. There we go. See, just a quick little, I put the end cap in there just so it's not showing off that hole on the side. Okay, some tiles in themselves. You know what, R. Martinez, do me a favor. If you go over to the WizKids Twitter account, send a direct message. This is something I can't help you out with here on the fly, but maybe we can talk you through this. Let me just quickly looking at the chat to catch up. Okay, so now that I have slightly recalibrated my layout, I want to see, now you get that nice little curvature getting incorporated. So now you can see that in. Hello, Cal, cool to see. So if you haven't seen a layout assembled, that is something I want to make sure you get to see as well. Those pieces I'm going to put in there for now. So stay close for that, and I will, here we go. I will speak to a couple more features that do come in the curved pieces as well. And this is for dungeon tiles as well as for town and village curves. So you have, hold on, come back. I just used them. You have two style of end caps. So you have the ones that will pop into the back so that, you know, you have it where, here, not that one. So you have it so that these get covered up. This is if we weren't going to be putting them with, this is if you weren't going to be using a tile, okay? So you could just do that to give it a nice finished off edge. And there's also ones for the larger pieces. The difference is you can see that the keyhole is on the other side. And then that, just like the other ones, pops into place. Okay, you want to hear that clicking sound. And then again, it gives you that nice little finished bit. If it's something where, say, you weren't going to have the tiles incorporated in that piece, it just gives it a finished off look, and you get a nice little baggie full of these for your curved walls. And that's essentially what you get. So you get your interior and exterior curved walls. You get the specialty tiles to make it so you can make your little half moons, full moons, whatever you want. But yeah, I just want to make sure you saw that. And it's the same thing. It's similar. It's the same style tiles, but the aesthetic is for the town and village, obviously the plaster and the wood. Okay, I've been chattering a lot. So when it comes time to putting, to putting the layouts together, what I will do is put them together in chunks first, which I know sounds horrible, but I find it's easier to put your tiles together in specific layouts ahead of time rather than trying to feed them a little bit at a time. It just seems to work out better. So here what I'm going to do is I have this grouping of 3. So I'm going to attach it as a strip first. Okay, 1, 2, 3. And always, always, always make sure, especially if you want to use walls, you put that easy clip in that center opening of each tile. See right there? And it just pops right in. Oh, I'm glad you're getting ideas. Yeah, you could very easily augment and add to this, which is honestly, let me put that there for now, otherwise that's going to irritate me. Augment and add to it as you go along. Pop, pop, pop. Actually, hop on pop. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to start putting these together. So I get a nice little setup. And again, I like you to see how I go about building these because I think it helps people to kind of get these more in context. And I will do, again, strips first. I find strips just help expedite when it comes time to pushing everything together. And there are others who may have different approaches, which is perfectly fine. I'm also hoping I have enough. I should have enough. Worst case scenario, I might have to prop things and just say, make sure you clip it here. Let me see here. Oh, Okay, hello Picmus. You snuck right by me. Welcome and hello. These are WarLock tiles from WizKids, and what they are essentially are terrain options for your tabletop games. And they interlock with each other. They're sort of like Legos for adults, is a good way to put it. So they lock together and you can get these different permutations and creations and layouts for your terrain needs, basically creating maps. Do they work for HeroClix? Another fantastic question. Keep in mind that the HeroClix spaces are larger than an inch, so half the time, most of the time really, you will not be able to get a HeroClix miniature to sit perfectly within the 1-inch square, but yes, you could still use them as long as you're not using them for measurement. I have seen people apply these to using them for their HeroClix game. It's just the grid gets a little funny because of the size of the HeroClix spaces themselves. Well, I mean, Legos are for adults, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean, the gamer's room. So hopefully that answers your question, gives you a little bit more of an idea there, Picmus. You can also go online and check out, where are you? Are you in? Yes, you are on YouTube. So if you scroll down in the description below on YouTube, I believe I have a link to the WarLock Tiles page just to also give you a better sense of what's happening with that one. So here I have, as I'm chattering away, I'm getting all of my strips put together, like so. Actually, what I think I'm going to do for that one at the top is just get that clicked into the half moon at the top here, make life slightly easier. Pardon. There we go. Okay, so that is together. So now you see I have all of these strips. Now the name of the game is to put the strips together. So again, I'm going to start and just one in each center. I try and give each tile a clip. If you really want to reinforce this and you know you are not, oops, top. You know you're not using walls for this, you can actually double up your clips just to give it a little bit more strength. Or if you have the original clips that came out, you can use those too. People have been coming up with different tricks on how to use those. A lot of people are moving to pliers. Just to make it easier to insert and remove the original WarLock clips. But as you can see, the easy clips make it for a faster, quicker build. Just like so. How are we doing on time? Yeah, I knew this was going to be a long stream, so thank you for staying with me this long, and I hope that this gives you some ideas and what you can do. You still have Legos around the house. Hey, I do too. I mean, there's actually one on my floor right now. I'm not even kidding. And then, see, I was trying to be all fancy and show it to you flat, but I have to pick them up to do this. And then just, this is the other thing I like about the easy clips. You can wiggle around as needed. But you can see I'm starting to create a mat by assembling the strips together. Really, that's good to know that they're moving along. Honestly, I have fun with these sets. To me, it's always great to be able to come up with a really quick room. And quite frankly, when it is, you know, safe again and able to go to conventions, I'm really hoping I could have some fun with running some games and using the tiles as my terrain layouts. Because, oh wait, that's right, that one's not getting one. Because they're lightweight, which I like, they are compact. Little me secret, this is not something you have to do. But if you wanted to, what I have started doing with my tile sets, like for like my Dungeon Tiles one and my Town and Village one, because I have the expansions and stuff for that, what I did is I actually, this might make some people that I work with cringe, I took out the blister that goes inside the carrying case and I put the pieces into, it's just easier for me to put these together over here. I put them into Ziploc bags. And you see that fits right into place. See? Ba-bum. So now the name of the game is I'm going to attach this to here. I'm not going to worry so much about here and here as security points. You can still get the tiles locked in if you want to. It just takes a little bit of tweaking. So again, the gamer's room, I can't speak to certain things until I get the all clear. So just keep that in mind. No, that's not the center. So again, it's just the same thing. Now I'm just going to go down this whole strip and pop these into place. Very quick and easy. Ba-dum, ba-dum. Da, 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 da. Now, I line it up. Well, you're not going to help me anchor. I find it helps to put pressure on opposite ends is what I'm doing. And then it all just locks into place. And now you basically have your mat ready. If it's a matter of you want this spot, this is why easy clips are great. Again, get it into the center. This is kind of hard to show. Oh, we'll do that. Pop it off, and then you can just, you know, line them up. There we go. Pop that back into place. Okay, so that one's on now, and I'm gonna put this little floating piece over here. Once I get this set out, I'm gonna pull out the accessory set so you can see them. But yeah, that pulls that together just like that. Is this doing that thing? No, it's fine. So we have the basic layout. All right, you can see that. Let me just slightly adjust the camera down so you can see the full layout here. Now I'm going to start adding in my walls. So in this case, I need, and now I'm tapping into my dungeon tiles 1. Okay. This is one of those inside corner dealies. Lock that into place. Now I'm going to go for a classic double door, but because of how it's getting set up, I need my double door and I need a little edge cap in here to kind of just finish the length off and finish off so I get a good corner developing. You'll see it happening as I start putting it together over here. And that, oh, actually, let me switch the side. Switch sides. So that's gonna lock into place there. Now I need to go just for a standard sidewall. It really is fun combining all the different sets together so you can get your different looks going. How many sets are these totals? That's a good question. So AT, I have used a singular, for the walls, I have used a singular Dungeon Tiles 1 set. For the curves, it is just one of the curve set. For the town square, it is just one of the town square set. In terms of the tiles themselves, the classic tiles, it was my Dungeon Tiles completely. And I think I may have had to have pulled from my town and village set for these classic, hold on. Yeah, for these classic tiles, I may have, don't quote me on that. But it's basically a set each is how it worked for me. Yeah, now I need to go back into, again, one of the little corners, as I like to call them, the ones that poke inside, like so. And then I'm going to grab, I need one of my half moons. This was made with the Dungeon Tile curves. It's basically 3 sets combined. If this was, you know what's funny? A lot of the layouts I create are because of video games and having played video games in the past, because my mind sees it very much as the sort of how they were all set up. But yeah, you're not wrong there. Again, I want one of my little inside corners to go into, actually, let me put the tile clip. That side is easy. There we go. So that's locking into place now. Now I need one of the exterior outside corners to lock into place. And that's going to pop in. Now we have this beauty that's just going to go live there. And yes, no, we don't need that anymore. Pop that pillar off. Now I just need a classic wall. And we are almost done, provided I get it into the right spot. So basically you're using your 2 walls here to help keep that anchored in. Just keep that in mind whenever you do one of these, because you don't have the locks in there, your other tiles will sort of help keep it into place. So when you go to, this is why I always recommend like having cardboard underneath, because if you're to go to lift this up, you will see that those 2 pieces don't go along with, but if you had cardboard or plexiglass or whatever you choose to do. I've seen people use a bunch of different options. You'd be able to lift the piece as a unit with support. And then finally I need, there's my door. Okay, so finally I need my door, and again I'm going to put just the end cap just to kind of give it a nice finished edge on that side, and then pop this into place, and there we go. So now I have, let me play with my camera, move back. So now you see I have this courtyard layout going on here. Now I also made, sorry that was right next to the microphone, my apologies. I have also made these fun little side rooms to show you that you can even take it a step further. So this is just one of those 4x4 tiles with 3 exterior or outside corners and 1 classic wall. So classic wall dungeon tiles, outside corner. You can even see from the bottom there. So what I've done is I've taken one of these and have made it, whoopsie, so that I can just, even if I wanted to, just have this lock into place like so. And now you have like these little side rooms. So like these can almost be like, you know, guard rooms or storage rooms or something like that off the courtyard. So just another way to extend things out and combine all of your tiles together and have some fun with that one. So here is we're gonna call this a courtyard, okay? This is almost something where you can assume that maybe this is the courtyard of the castle, especially because you have this street leading out, and you could continue your tiles too. I didn't. So you continue your tiles out down the way, so you have sort of a little road going. And I'm gonna go in here first, and I'm going to add some of the accessories. What do you say we put a lamppost in? Because that's fun. Let's do a lamppost. Want to do 2 lampposts? Let's do 2 lampposts. Yeah, the dungeon tiles and the town and village tiles are double-sided. The town square tiles are not double-sided because you have these raised effects, so just keep that in mind. Okay, so we have 2 lampposts getting put to use. I want to have some great fun. You went there. Let's see, where would be a good place to put? I'm going to put a grate there because that looks fun there. And let's have one living on the other side. Same deal. I might have it lifted up just so you can see that there's something there. Do I want to do a sewer? I might wait. Let me wait on opening up. Put this back. Let me wait on opening up or adding more accessories because I want to also open up. Let's start with the town watch. Okay, so here is the town watch, and I'm going to flip to main screen. All right, so now that we have this layout, and don't worry, I'm going to go back. Now that you have that coming up, we're going to take a look at how we can take the accessories to be put into this to set the scene. All right, the accessories are a great way to really get it more immersive and create the encounter you're hoping for your players. Just keep in mind, quick little color lesson here. When you're looking at our tile sets, the colors are intentional. All right. When you see the sapphire blue, that means it is an accessory set. When you see the emerald green, that means that is an expansion set. When you see the amethyst purple, that means that it is a core set. That's what all the different colors mean. You'll also see on the side now, the gear, again, accessory, you'll get the name of it. For expansions, there are, let's see if I can do this without knocking everything over. You have those 3 arrows pointing up, which means it's an expansion set, and there is no particular symbol for the core sets. It's just the name of the core set on the side. So let me open this up and you can start seeing what you're getting. What I will do is put this back onto overhead, and I will hold these minis up underneath it so you can get these. The 1-inch tile sets are coming out soon. It's a matter of trying to get them in so I can show them to you is one of the other things that are happening. So this comes in its classic blister protective thing, although I will fully admit I am nervously eyeing my microphone. Trying not to make this too loud. There we go. It has a lid, which makes it nice for storage. If it's a matter of space for you, yes, you could always take out these figures and put them into, I actually will do sort of like a Tupperware type of thing. Any chance we'll be getting single square tiles? You mean, I need to sip of tea. Pardon me. Oh, that's why, because it's 1 o'clock. But like clockwork. Any chance we'll be getting single square tiles? That's a question that is coming up a lot and that we're taking into consideration, Wesley. So thank you for asking about that as well. Oh, chai. Okay, so let's take a look at these bits. So you do have a lovely collection of characters. And again, these accessories are great, I said before, both for miniatures as well as scatter. And let me just get can I get the picture in here without it glaring too much? So here are the renders, just to show you really quick what you can expect in this set, what you'll see when you open up the blister. The blister is doing a lot of flashback right now with the lighting, so I'm not even gonna bother. But you can see they're great things like these little tools that go with the forge. Okay, I'm gonna show you the forge lit up and how that happens. You have your storage log, you have your anvil, you have the suit of arms, the bellows, and your various miniatures that we're going to get a closer look at. I will often just keep these in smaller Tupperware just to take up less space, and I keep a label as to what it was before. Let's put the box up there for now. Okay, so I'm actually not going to take out the wee bitty bitty tools. I'll take out one. But yes, I am hoping to do a Yawning Portal showcase as well, so that everyone can see what the Yawning Portal's like. I just need to seriously consider how I'm going to set that up in my studio, but I am personally planning on hopefully getting to show you the Yawning Portal. So let me show you the anvil and the stump. I'm sorry, this is not the secret stump. That's the other set that I'm thinking of with the merchants, or the merchants, because we're in Town Watch right now. So you get this great little wooden stump, and the anvil sits on top like so. So right now, what do you say we set the bellows up? Yeah, let's do it over here in this little curvature, all right? We'll get that set up over here. Here are the bellows. Oh, and the forge, of course. Here are the bellows themselves. What I can do is, if you want, I need to adjust my camera focus. Bear with me just a second, I have to pull that up. Yeah, I want to configure my video, thank you very much. The joys of streaming, everyone, behind the scenes. So let's see, get this a little bit closer for you. And then I want to fix my focus. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have the focus off the layout so you can see these a little bit better. So here are the bellows. As you can see, you get that great wood detailing, the nails, the pump, the metallic strips, rivets. It's the bladder, right? This portion? I think this portion's called the bladder. So that's for the bellows to the forge. And let me just quickly pull out the anvil and the stump again. Look at how but again, oh, I've gone from green to blue. Green means I'm happy. Blue means I'm calm. I'm probably calm because this came together. And if you see it go black, that means I'm stressed. If it's like this weird like combination of colors, it means I'm not sure. At least that's what the little color. I like it because it's like a goofy little like worry stone for me. This is such a side tangent, but that's the whole thing with the mood ring. I'm gonna take out, because these are so small, I'm gonna take out the little pieces and just put them onto my hand, because if I go to put these onto anything, you're not gonna see them. But these are the little tools that come with this set. And they really are, I'm gonna say adorable, okay? They're adorable. But they're the tools you get for the forge. Right there, but I'm not gonna put them on there. Let's see here. Yeah, you absolutely can get different levels going. One of my previous streams, I showed you how to do separate levels. If you want to go back and check out older WarLock tile builds, you will see there are methods to create multi-levels, and the stairs and ladders accessory set absolutely get put to use. I just need to quickly put the lid back on this so the tools don't get floating around. All right, now let's go to the forge itself. So here is the forge itself, and you'll see it comes with this little pull tab thing here, and that is there for a reason. You'll see inside you have your bed of coals. this fantastic detailing of the plaster and the exposed brick in the back. See your bottom right there. Well, phrasing. And keep in mind, this opens up so that you can get, this is, I like this. This is so you can get to the battery pack, but then when you're not, you know, having to get to the battery pack, it now actually has a nice finished off look. This will pop out too, keep in mind, but basically what you want to do is take this out, and I'm going to take the strip out. I can't do it under the camera because I'm afraid I'm going to bonk the camera, which let's not go there. And you'll see, you've seen this before, and I'm going to need my pencil. You'll see here, because otherwise if I'm pointing to it, my finger's just going to get in the way. You'll see this little nub button, okay, right there. You should press on that, and you'll see it glows. So now, stay, I'm talking to my pencil, not to this. So now this will pop back into place. You want to have the curved side. Yep, curved side goes in the back, and then you have your straight edge here. And it'll just pop into place like so. And now you have your glowing forge. Isn't that fun? So we can put the forge here. Now that we have all these pieces, let's put the forge so it's kind of there-ish. We'll bring the anvil out. The bellows nearby. That means I now need to take out our blacksmith. And I gotta say, I'm really liking these particular minis. So here is your blacksmith. They're all set and ready to go. Working on a piece, hammer in hand. You know, a lot of people have said that about the glowing transparent plastics. They look delicious. I think it's the whole, it's almost like they look like candy. Oh, I'm glad you had a great time, Mad King. Thank you for joining us. So I will put her there. Now, people have been asking, do these come with the classic black discs? They do not. If you have a collection of classic black discs because you have the unpainted miniatures, you absolutely could put those on if you so choose. Although I'd actually recommend, if you wanted to, especially if you're going to all this work, putting together a terrain layout with the WarLock tiles, you can order clear plastic discs now for your miniatures off of things like Amazon. So you could add those in after the fact, a quick and easy sort of, I guess, kit bash, you could say. For those of you who've been asking about bases. Oh, and then don't forget you have, as well, that can go with the blacksmithy, the suit of arms, or the armor. Full of running. Get your shield, helmet, drink, and all that goodness. So let's put that there, sort of as our calling card. And again, if you have questions, just be sure to type in question so I can read that faster. Do I know if there are... Honestly, I am not involved in the board game side of things, so I can't answer that for you, Mike. I'm not sure. I don't know if there is another board game in process yet with a D&D theme to it. We do have some from the past, I will say that. Oh, that's what I wanted this for. I wanted to pull this closer so I could make sure I'm hitting... Okay, so we just took everything out for the blacksmith, and we just need the male blacksmith. I already got the female out. And here they are. I love the white beard. So again, hammer propped up on shoulder, or anvil rather, propped up on the shoulder. Put him there. So there you go. You have your smithies are ready. Now let us take a look at the actor and the actress. Yes, let's go there. These two crack me up. Okay, so here is, remember how I was talking about the clowns? Here is the actor. So here is your D&D appropriate, perhaps Pennywise, if you want to have someone's kind of... Okay, the gamer's room. It's completely up to you. You can catch this as VOD later too. I know this is a longer one, just by nature of it being a build. But here is the actor, holding his cap, arms open wide, probably pulling a heary. Thanks so much, R. Martinez. I enjoy sharing this with you all, and I try and give you as much information as I possibly can. So, you know, probably doing the come one, come all to the performance happening later this evening over at the theater. Ooh, that could be fun, a theater build. Although if we get the... never mind. She's off and running. I have ideas. And here is the actrice. I think she is pulling the whole Hamlet and last boat Horatio. I knew him well. So it's basically she's holding a skull pressed up against her own skull, I guess. Dagger in hand. But that is the actress. We'll put those two together. Now we have our pirates. Here is your male pirate. I love the orange pants. Again, we're seeing more pops of color getting incorporated into this, which I find ever so much fun. It just adds to the environment. It adds to the eye-catching quality of things. He's got his little, I think that's supposed to be a scimitar, going on. Interesting fellow. Let's have it that they're running in, okay? They're kind of making an entrance, and I'll fix the focus down once we get everything plotted out. And here is your female pirate. Let me just adjust saturation. I think something got bumped with saturation. Yes, it did. You need to get bumped up. Oh, there we go. Okay. Full skirts. Ready to jump in. We'll put those two together over there, which means we have our thief. Pirates and thieves. These all be cloaked. Skulking through the area. Maybe he's just come out of that grate. That could be fun. And now we have our bailiff and sheriff. So here is your sheriff. Watchful eye of the sheriff. She's gonna have some fun soon. Little shot of the back. There is so much texture and detail that is happening with these miniatures now. I mean, look at that. Ever so much fun. Almost looks like the pirate escaped. So maybe these two are coming out from... See, I'm already trying to tell the story. So let's say that these two are coming out from inside the castle keep or what have you. So these two... Oh, show off the bailiff. That's the last one. Yep. Don't you go falling on me. And here is the bailiff who is carrying a lantern. And quite frankly, he bears a very strong resemblance to a friend of mine. So I'm calling him Dwight. I'll put him over here. Dwight's gonna go live there. Let me see here. Did I miss anything? Oh, very cool. Hey, nice guy. Thank you for joining us too. Could be WarLock. Oh, you're getting something there. I did miss a question, didn't I? Storage, I'm assuming. Hilarious. For storage with these, the bins, I haven't had issues with flaking or chipping or anything like that myself, putting them into smaller containers. So I will say it's a very durable thing. If that is something you are concerned about, you could always go through and do an extra coat of a sealant if you so choose. Vallejo has different options. Mod Podge Ultra is another thing you could do as well to seal your minis ahead of time just to make sure they are super, super durable. Anyways, you can see right now we're already starting to get the scene set just from using the miniatures. What are they called again? Kidding. Just from using the miniatures from Town Watch. So that's Town Watch. This is coming out next week. Curves are already out. Town Square is coming out March, endish of March. These guys are coming out next week. Fingers crossed all goes according to plan. So now let's take a look at the merchants. All right. Again, let me just do a quick little... So you can see here. Here are the renders of what's inside. What's inside the box? And let me get those out. And we'll finish getting the scene set. And then what I'll do after we set this scene, there's one more aspect, because I did want you to see also the... Not near the microphone. The curves and angles. Or not the curves, the curves from Town and Village. I wanted you to see a little sampling of those as well. And how the inside corners get put to use. So I'm just going to pop this here for now by me. All right, so this one has another great variety. Okay. That's the one thing about the blisters in the microphone. This one has another great variety of both miniatures, NPC style characters, as well as scatter that you can do to really set the scene. So let us start with, you have another stall canopy. Marketplace has another one of these, but you see it had the white and the blue striping. Hello, Shannon. Thank you for joining. It's totally okay. Not to worry. You can catch this on the VOD. But here you have another market stall. So I'm actually going to put that, let's say we're putting it back over here. And again, like you saw in the marketplace set, a set of shelves, which I shall place. Oh, let's put them, I kind of want to put them there, right? I might change that, don't hold me to it, but that's what I'm thinking. So that is the market stall and shelves, which means let me take out you. I believe you're the other merchant. Yes? Yes. Yeah, so here we have our female and male merchant. Here is the male merchant getting ready to sell you a sword, perhaps. Again, those little touches of color. It's almost mauve, like the color of his shirt. An ivory sleeveless tunic and billowing pants. So I'm going to place him over here. And then you have the female merchant. She's got her basket of wares ready to go. I can see her sort of wandering around. So maybe she perhaps is over here talking with the actor and the actress. And then from there we have the diplomat. I am a fan of this particular one. The diplomat is a gorgeous pre-painted, because look at these colors. This vivid blend of orange, bright sapphire blue, and yellow. Just a wonderful look overall. Very dignified looking in the pose as well. That could be a really fun one. Oh, thank you very much, R. Martinez. Yes, I honestly, out of this set, this one's my favorite one because of all these little details he's got going on. I mean, from the satchel on the side, to, like there's a scroll poking out, the details on the cane, I'm thinking that's supposed to be, the headdress, everything. It's just beautiful. I want him. Let's have him. Let's do this. How about the diplomat is speaking with the merchant? We'll do that. The tanner. Okay, so you have the tanner, and they are getting ready to work. Piece of leather already in hand. Is that the scraper? Yeah, scraper as well. You can see because she's not. It's not that she's holding a sword the wrong way. That's the scraper, and I'm gonna have her stationed up over here. So we're gonna put her up here because she does have some accessories that go along with her. So we have the trough. Again, like you've seen before from the marketplace and torture chamber. Same trough. We'll put that there. And then you have, what's this one called again? The tanning rack, thank you. Here's the tanning rack. Look at that wood grain detail. That as well, I will put over here by her. Because that's her little corner, let's say. Or her little curve. Not corner, her little curve. Nope. Stand up, please. There we go. And along with that, the drying rack. Right? Yeah. See this rack of some of the leather that's drying, that's just been treated. Again, I'm reaching, so balancing is getting tricky at this angle. The paint jobs are honestly stellar, and this is, you know, I paint my own minis. I'll paint my minis. They are great, though. Every single set I'm getting to see, every single time, I'm very much impressed with the quality of the paint going on. Hello, Dan Dillon. Thank you very much. It's my, you know, my little courtyard thing. Oh, that's right. We have the log and treasure. If the treasure would come out, here we go. Okay, so the treasure is just wee and adorable. Okay, this little collection here. It's basically, it is, you have a dagger on the top of it, and then just some bundles, probably of money, little sacks. And here is the log. You can see it has an opening for it. My pinky almost sort of fits in there. And then you have the top of the log. So what you can do is alley-oop that in there, and then it becomes a playable piece. Hold on one moment, please. It becomes a playable piece, and it is like a jigsaw puzzle piece. You want to make sure it lines up in the right place, and it fits on the top right there. It doesn't lock. I mean, it could lock fully into place if you put enough pressure on. Maybe not. But It does fit like a nice little jigsaw puzzle. I think I'll put that... Where would we put this? Let's put it by the merchants. I'm going to put it over there by the merchants. So there's that. And we keep going. Okay. Now you've seen these fellows before. The executioner and his assistant. They were in the torture chamber. Assistant was in the torture chamber. Executioner was in the marketplace. So here is the assistant. They're a Yashmaster. Name that movie. And here's the executioner. I'm actually going to put them, let's say they're just sort of waiting in the wings. They're going to be living in one of these little side rooms for now. Just pop the door open. Little signal that someone's in there. Maybe they're talking with the friar. What do you think? Maybe the friar is speaking with them. You know, our Martinez, it's one of those things where I don't have say over who goes into the collection, quite frankly. Oh, Jorge. So here is the friar. Very simple fellow. Sandaled feet, brown robe, rope belt, classic friar. A little bit more of a wizened fellow, white beard. I'm gonna have him, yeah, he's gonna be in here sort of, well, no, if we have him falling over, then we have problems. Let's have them have a conversation in that little side room over there. Hilarious. There's some guns on that one. And here we have our... Forgive me, I have so many minis floating in my head. I want to make sure I'm calling these fellows bandits. They are the bandits. Okay. Here we have our two bandits. So we have one who is masked with their crossbow. Quiver full of arrows on the back. Hood up. At the ready. Do we want to have them in cahoots with the pirates? That could be fun. Yeah, I'm going to have them in cahoots with the pirates. So here we go. This party of 4 ne'er-do-wells. Here's the other bandit. Hood down, dagger out. Gloved hands, but like fingerless gloves type of thing. No, what bandits? That's a pretty sinister. Ooh, looks like there's ice picks. Look at that, ice picks on the belt. And putting these here. So yeah, there's your crew right there. And then finally we have our fisherwoman, who, let's say she was chatting with our tanner as well. Again, a lovely pop of blue. This is like a beautiful turquoise blue. And that sunny yellow daisy hair. Not daisy duck, but like the daisy flower hair. So there we go. So we're just gonna pop her over here. And those two can be chatting. And let me fix focus. Focus! No, I want to fix focus. Okay, so you can see here. Look, I've been working with my camera, guys and gals. So you can see here this whole layout that's now been established. You've created this story using all of these sets put together and into a specific layout. So in terms of pricing, let's address those. Each of the accessory sets are $49.99. The expansions, which would be the curves for dungeon as well as the curves for town and village, those are $79.99. And there is a really loud something outside my window right now. And the town square. I'm so used to saying town and village. The town square set, that is $129.99. Coming out soon. Coming out soon are the merchants in the town watch, as well as the town square. Already out are your curve sets. Thank you so much, Jorge. I do this often. Can you tell? This is something I do. Something I've done for a while, actually. But yeah, so we have this lovely little courtyard scene using all of this together. Now, favorite burger from Red Robin? I can't answer that question because I don't eat no meat. Well, I can't eat cow meat, so I don't do burgers that often. Would have to be a turkey burger or a bison burger, let's put it that way. Okay, so we have this whole layout. I mean, this could last you feasibly a full session, depending on how much your players like to role play. But you have a lot to go on in terms of interactions. You have these lovely modular pieces you can move around. I'm now sort of slightly kicking myself that I did not bring up the marketplace to help add to the ambiance of this. You know what I'm going to do? I do want to do this. I am going to put in the center. Ta-dam! Why not? Because, you know, the bandits and the pirates, they might need a way to get away. Now plop a dragon in the middle of it. Oh, that one's too big. That one's really too big. I don't have a small enough dragon to plop into the middle of it. Oops. Yeah, RV Auto Race is basically the layout. Hey, Miguel, thank you for jumping in. I appreciate it. So this is a layout using the majority of the pieces you'll find in all of the sets. All right. My inner DM always comes into play with this stuff. Let me show you. I wanted you to see the interior pieces at work. So can I gracefully do this is the next question. Da-da. Hold on. I need to grab. Hold on. I need to grab. Da-da. Oh, come here, you. All right. No! Fry her down! Fry her down! Oh, so's the executioner, but that's a different story. The assistant did it. All right, so I also wanted you to get a chance to see how the interior curves come into play with this, as well as more of the town square layout. So again, I've just created this little, let me shift this there. So you can see I've created sort of this little curbside setting. Oh, we're getting to that point where Restream doesn't want to feed. Mayday, mayday, fry her down! So basically what I've created here is this is sort of like maybe a little shop or cottage, or even like a tower, maybe the first floor of a tower in the city. Let me get this raised up a little bit. I know it's a little wonky, but you can see what I have done is basically I have flipped the classic tiles so that it is wood side up, okay? And then I have used the additional the quarter curve pieces. So I have 5 classic tiles, 4 quarter curves, and then I've also mixed together, this is from Town and Village, pardon me. I've also mixed together the straight interior walls from Town and Village 1, a interior door from Town and Village 1. My voice is about to go. Hold on. Hello, Band of Badgers! I see. Oh, have fun. If you use it, I would love to see what you do with that. Actually, if you really want to use it, I could give you a grid. I am still trying to figure out how to come up with a way of sharing my designs with you guys. It's interesting. And then what I've done is I've taken the curved interior walls from Town and Village 3 expansion. So how these work is basically you have to use the curved walls with one of the quarter curve tile pieces. They're basically just like the interior walls. I'm going to turn this so you can see it better. So as you can see, I have the quarter curve here. Why did I do that? I could have just taken out the other one. Whatever. So what you would do here is basically take one of your quarter curve pieces with the exterior clip-on tile, okay, to make it so it'll match up nicely with your traditional style tiles, or the basic square tiles, because these aren't the traditional, these are also from the town square. And then you're going to take your your curve wall and pop that into place. Rule of thumb still holds. You want to make sure that you have a clip that is nesting between these, I always want to call them razor blades, and they're not razor blades, posts. Between the 2 posts so that they sit securely. And again, it's just a matter of sliding it into place between the tiles, and the pressure helps keep them together. But that is how those interior tiles and interior walls will work. Again, that is with the Town and Village. Why I keep, because it's the town square and the Town and Village. I keep trying to blend the 2 together. Quarter curve. Yep, nope, lost it at 3. But it's the same aesthetic. Okay, so it's the same look. And you can see, because this doesn't have that locking mechanism, it will float when you pick it up. So again, if you want to move things around and make sure they aren't popping out of place, plexiglass, cardboard, who else? What else I see? Particle board, miter board. I'm going through the crafting stuff now. And pegboard. That's the other one. I just shouted. Sorry. So yeah, you get the wood, you get the plaster effect, and it's the same thing as well for the town and village. In fact, let me, hold on, I need to move a couple things and I'll show you town and village, because it's only 1:30. I was even expecting I might have to go to 2. So let me take a look at town and village closely with you guys as well. You guys and gals and folks. Razor blade base architecture. That sounds dangerous, does it not? You're gonna live here for a little bit. Oh, here we go. Town and village. Little side desk. Alrighty. So here, you can tell there's a little bit different. We have, in this case, you do have a window-based curve. Remember, the windows, do these pop out like before? They do, but they only fit one way. I think that was the thing. So they do pop out, but if I'm not mistaken, yeah, okay. So geometry lesson, my darlings. So while the windows do pop out, keep in mind, unlike in the first town and village, which I don't have nearby, otherwise I would show you, you can't put them back into place. Okay, you have fighting curves. So just keep that in mind. So it will come out, but honestly, it won't fit in reverse. So you'll have your decorative window on the inside, your standard basic window on the outside. Just a little thing about those walls. And again, all the lovely end caps, okay, both for the interior curve, the exterior curve. You will get the easy clips. You can tell they're the easy clips because they're blue. This is what the little curve looks like. Just like the town and village 1 half walls, 1-inch high walls. You get more windows. So just to show you, they can nest. One for the outer, one for the inner. Like so. And then I'll show you the basic walls without windows. Are you gonna go back or no, you're not? Okay. So here we go. And that is your, again, wood detail, plaster wall. Just like I showed before, you have, I'll do it right now. For those of you who came later. Honestly, I am really pleased with how the curved sets work so well. There is a wizard's tower that is living in my head. A lovely wizard tower living in my head. If you missed the beginning, you can see there's that lovely little notch and click for your one style. And I'm gonna get the other one out so you can see that in action. So I need you and I need you. No, I really do need you. Could you come out and play, please? One of the tiles is being stubborn. So for the other one, you have the opening on the outside curve. Again, pop, clip into place. This one, whoops. This one's actually sitting more outside, so I'm gonna go with the cobblestone. But just like that, quick and easy. Lock 1, lock 2. Just like that. See? You get that little S curve going. But that is the town and village curves. So you could see what those look like. Again, similar setup. What was that? Oh, yes, 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 Gomez. The windows, they pop. Okay, now where did I put it? It may be living behind one of these. But yes, the town and village windows, all of them, that are for the, is it for the other ones too? I can't speak to the 2-inch high ones. I don't recall off the top of my head, but for the 1-inch high ones, all the windows for your town and village, they actually pop out and you can reverse them. So you can have the decorative on the outside or you can have the basic on the inside. So that's a little feature that welcome and enjoy. Now that you know it's there. It's actually a lot of fun. I kind of I'll put like the fancy side out, like say if it's someone like of more prestige because they can afford to have their windows looking pretty. If it's like more shopkeep or just like a little simple cottage, I actually will have the simple window style facing out just to sort of flavor the look and the aesthetic of the build. Is it critical? No. Is it fun? Absolutely. You go live there. So that is, let's that everything? I think that is pretty much everything. So let me see here. Yes, there are plans. Basically, the plan is AT, that what you see happen with the 1-inch high will happen for the 2-inch high, provided the demand is still there. Reason being is that, and trust me, I have been in this land for years now. You have two style of preferences. You have people who prefer their full height walls for the full immersion factor. You also have people who prefer the half high, 1-inch high walls so that you can see up and over and into the scenes a lot more easily for everyone who is sitting at the table. It comes down to personal preference and style. I, however, have learned to start combining these all together, and you can get some really cool looks going as a result. So personally, I would say get all of the sets, because what I have found is things like the 2-inch high walls, you can create your first, second floor if you wanted to, and then for your top floor you can use the half high walls to create that top level floor and make it easy to see into that, because once you get to a certain height it does get harder to look up and into the terrain pieces as you make them taller and taller and taller. And I've also found that by combining the half high walls with the full height walls, the half height walls start looking like stone fences. So there's a bunch of different ways you can combine all your tiles together to get different looks going. So I would personally recommend getting all the various sets because of the various combinations and looks you can create as a result. So let me pop this guy out of the screen, and I shall pull, come back please. I'm gonna pull the, oh, we lost a smithy now. Let me just pull this back into frame, just so you have one last look. But yeah, when you start combining these all together, having fun with the different sets, visually creating stories essentially is what you're doing. You can create some really fascinating scenes that are going to give your players a lot to work with. So that's how you do a plugin. Full walls for the exterior, half walls for the interior. You could do that too if you wanted to. There's just so many ways to put them all together. I'm not going to sit here and say this is completely exclusionary. You have to use one set or the other set. And they absolutely can be incorporated one with the other. And I think you can have even more fun because of the different possibilities and looks you get from them. But here we go. So here we have all the sets that we talked about today incorporated into one layout. So today what we used, for those of you who came a little bit later, for today what we used, there we go, we used the town square, which is selling for $129.99, coming out in March, towards the end of March, available pre-order now. You have coming out next week the accessories, WarLock tiles accessories, merchants, and town watch sets. Those are $49.99. You have your dungeon tile curves, which are already out and in store. Contact your FLGS, always first, please contact them. Those are going for $79.99. Same thing for the town and village curve set. Those two are $79.99, already in stores. And that was everything, right? Yes, that was everything. Any recommendations for online locations where we can go and look at community builds? Quite frankly, what you're probably going to find helpful, hey nice guy, is to type in, what I'm seeing is a lot of people are using the hashtag WarLock tiles on social media. You can use that as a means to check and look and see. In terms of specific groups, I have not landed on one that specifically uses that. I can recommend creators for you. If you go over to Instagram, I highly recommend that you follow got_DM as well as Inked Mage, INKDMAGE. Both of them consistently will show off the WarLock tiles, and in different builds and in different permutations. I would definitely go and take a look at what they do. You'll get some fun terrain ideas that way. So I think that's pretty much it. If you have, there's also this part. If you have enjoyed yourselves today and you are over on YouTube, please make sure to hit that like button. And if you're new to the channels and you haven't, please follow and subscribe. It would be great to have you join us on either or both, depending on if you have multiple windows open. I mean, hey, that's cool. But we would appreciate that. And for those of you on YouTube, don't forget to ring the bell, and that way you will know when I go live with Mini Mayhem every Wednesday at noon Eastern time, as well as as Much Ado About Gaming, which is run by Jessa Blackthorn, and she is the one who goes into our board games and shows you some fun things going on with the board game section of WizKids. And you'll also get an alert as to when things like happening this week, the Scott Porter unboxings for HeroClix. This week we are doing the DC Comics HeroClix Wonder Woman 80th anniversary release. That's coming up in April. He is doing the unboxings, and there are some really, if you're a comics book, especially DC Comics, there are some amazing figures that are getting unveiled and revealed, both from the bricks that we have going on for HeroClix as well as the miniatures game. If you're not familiar with HeroClix, the miniatures game is something new that is coming out to make it easier for new players to jump into and start learning HeroClix. So quick little side note about that one too. I want to make sure I remember to mention that. Again, if you're not sure if there's a local store near you, by all means go to wizkids.io/local store, plug in all your information, and you'll get that going. And I'll keep it so you can see the layout. Why not? We don't need to flip back up to normal V size, do we? No. What else do I have floating around here? If local is not an option, you can always go online to shop.wizkids.com and check things out over there. And we also do have an Amazon store that you could check out too. Just make sure it says WizKids. There are some stores on Amazon that the way they phrase things, it looks a lot like it, but no, it truly says WizKids for the storefront for Amazon. So be sure to check that out too if you're looking for an online option. I think that's really everything. In terms of next week, I want to show you more of the accessory sets that you can expect to come out, and that is the kitchen and the tavern. For WarLock tiles. So we're gonna be doing another build, okay? And I will be incorporating more of, that's why I didn't focus too much on town and village curves today. We're gonna be looking more at the town and village use for the kitchen and for the tavern accessory sets. And I won't be using town square for that either. It's gonna be more focused on, traditional tiles with the wood side. That is the plan for next week. So join me next week for another fun WarLock tiles build. And I think that's it for now. I think we've covered all the bases. Yes? Yes. All right, everyone who has hung out with me today, thank you so much. You have all been wonderful. I appreciate all of your questions and all the comments and everything for that. Oh my gosh, the kitchen is so, honestly, it's like my favorite one. The kitchen accessory set as well as the tavern set, both are, big thumbs up, very much like them. So I think that's everything. Is that everything? Oh, you're very welcome, Ron. Thank you for staying and hanging out. Oh, and don't forget to check us out on our socials. We are on Twitter, we are on Facebook, we are also on Instagram. We'd love to see you over there. And now I think that is everything that is happening. Anyways, voice is about to go. As you're hearing now, I am going to get myself all situated. I'll take some pictures. I'll share some pictures on my socials too, just so people can see this layout a little bit more head on. And until next week, everyone, I'm going to wrap this up like I like to do. Thank you for joining me today. I am Muse. I was your host for Mini Mayhem. As you depart from this particular stream, please be good to yourselves, be good to each other, and I will see you on the flip side. Take care, everyone, and thank you. Mwah. Bye.